Hi, I'm Julio.
And I'm the AI that will make this story even more unpredictable.
Here's how it works. I write the first 4 chapters full of mystery, clues, and twists.
And then I step in to write the final chapter.
But here's the challenge. Can you guess the ending the AI will create before it's revealed?
I doubt you can. My endings always have a hidden surprise.
So, join us. Hit the like button if you enjoy the idea and share in the comments how you think this story should end. Will your theory beat the AI's twist? The champagne flute slips from someone's hand behind me. Glass shatters across marble as the gallery plunges into darkness. I freeze mid-step. The synth pop dies with a warped electronic whine. Screams erupt around me. Bodies press against mine in the chaos. Someone's elbow catches my ribs. Stay calm. A male voice cuts through the panic, accent thick, Russian maybe. My pulse hammers. I reach for my phone, but hands are everywhere, shoving, grabbing. The smell hits me. Ozone mixed with something sweet and cheap. Dollar store perfume. The emergency lights flicker once, twice. Red glow floods the space. I blink hard, eyes adjusting. The crowd has scattered to the walls. In the center of the gallery floor, the steel pedestal stands empty. The sculpture is gone. $500,000 vanished. My journalist instincts kick in before fear can settle. I pull out my phone, thumbing the camera app. The screen casts blue light on my hands. On the white marble where the sculpture stood, something sits in its place. A cassette player. The kind I haven't seen since I was a kid, sorting through my parents' old belongings. Nobody touch anything. The gallery owner, Viktor Morozov, pushes through the crowd. His face is pale even in the red emergency lighting. Sweat beads on his forehead. But someone already has. A woman in a silver dress crouches near the cassette player. Her finger hovers over the play button. Don't, Victor starts. She presses it. Static crackles from the tiny speaker. Then breathing. Ragged, desperate breathing, like someone running or drowning. The sound of waves follows. Not gentle beach waves. These are violent, crashing, relentless. Everyone in the gallery has gone silent. The breathing speeds up, gets louder, more frantic. Then a voice, barely a whisper, in Spanish. Traidor. Traitor. The tape clicks off. My blood turns to ice. That word. My parents fled Cuba because of men who used that word. Men who made people disappear. Victor's phone is already at his ear. Police, now, we've been robbed. I look around the gallery. South Beach elite. Tech millionaires, crypto bros with suspicious bank accounts, the kind of people my editor sent me here to investigate. Someone in this room knows what just happened, and they just sent a message in my family's language. The emergency lights flicker again. In that moment of darkness, I hear footsteps, fast, running. When the red glow returns, I count heads. Someone is missing from the crowd. A side exit door stands slightly ajar. The security camera above it hangs at an odd angle, lens pointed at the ceiling. My phone buzzes. Unknown number. A text message loads. Stop asking questions about the Pelican Group. This is your only warning. I haven't asked anyone about the Pelican Group. Not yet. I screenshot the text before it can disappear. My hands shake. 2 Miami Beach police officers arrive within minutes, too quickly for a normal response time. One of them, badge reads Martinez, immediately corners Victor near the empty pedestal. The other officer, younger with cold eyes, scans the crowd. His gaze lands on me for a beat too long. I slip my phone into my purse. Everyone remain where you are, Martinez announces. We'll need statements from each of you. The woman in the silver dress is crying now. Mascara tracks down her cheeks. That voice on the tape, she says to no one in particular. Did you hear how scared it sounded? I did. That's what bothers me. Not angry, scared. I edge toward the side exit while the officers are occupied. The door is cool under my palm. I push it open slowly. The alley behind the gallery reeks of garbage and salt air. Neon from the club next door paints the wet pavement in streaks of pink and blue. No one here now. But tire tracks cut through a puddle, fresh, still dripping. I crouch down, using my phone's flashlight. The tread pattern is distinctive, heavy-duty, not a sports car or luxury sedan. Something built for work. A van, maybe? Or a truck? My phone buzzes again. I jerk upright. Another unknown number, different from the first. Brenda Vasquez, you're making a mistake. The sculpture is not what you think it is. I type back fast. Who is this? 3 dots appear, then disappear, then nothing. I save this number 2 and head back inside. The gallery has transformed into an interrogation zone. Victor stands apart from everyone, speaking rapid Russian into his phone. His free hand gestures violently. Martinez approaches me. Name? Brenda Vasquez. I'm a journalist with the Miami Herald. His expression hardens. Your press? Investigative reporter. Of course you are. He pulls out a notepad. Actual paper, not a tablet. What were you doing here tonight? Covering the exhibition opening. My editor thought the artist's funding sources might be newsworthy. Newsworthy how? I choose my words carefully. Viktor Morozov has connections to several shell companies with ties to Eastern European imports. The Herald has been tracking suspicious financial activity in the Miami art scene. Martinez writes nothing down. He just watches me. Where were you when the lights went out? He asks. Near the back wall, by the bar. See anything unusual before the blackout? I think about the tire tracks outside, the text messages, the cassette player that shouldn't exist in 2025. No, I say, nothing. He doesn't believe me. I can tell by the way his jaw tightens. Stay available, he says. We'll be in touch. As he walks away, I catch Victor's eye. He's off the phone now. For just a second, something passes across his face. Not anger, not confusion. Fear. He knows something. I wait until the police finish with preliminary statements and start letting people leave. The crowd thins. I work my way toward Victor, but a woman intercepts me first. She's older, maybe 60, with silver hair pulled back tight, expensive suit, diamond earrings that could pay my rent for a year. You're Vasquez, she says. Not a question. Do I know you? Mariana Delgado. I represent several collectors in Miami. The name triggers a memory. I wrote a piece 6 months ago about art dealers operating between Miami and Havana. Delgado's name came up. She brokered a controversial sale of Cuban revolutionary memorabilia to a private collector. The sculpture that was stolen, she continues, voice no. Do you know what it really was? A steel sculpture. Artist's name is... The artist is nobody, she cuts me off. The sculpture was a decoy, a very expensive decoy. My pulse quickens. A decoy for what? She glances toward the police. Martinez is busy with Victor. For something that arrived in Miami 3 days ago from Havana, Mariana says. Something worth much more than $500,000. Something that powerful people want to stay hidden. Why tell me this? Because someone needs to know the truth before more people die. She presses a business card into my hand. Her fingers are ice cold. The Pelican Group isn't just a shell company, Miss Vasquez. It's a pipeline, and you're about to expose it. She walks away before I can respond. I look down at the card. Just her name and a phone number. No company, no address. The emergency lights finally switch to normal power. The gallery floods with harsh white fluorescence. On the floor where the cassette player sat, I noticed something the police missed. A water stain. Small, circular, like someone set down a wet glass. Or like water dripped from clothing. Someone who came from the ocean. My phone buzzes a third time. This message has no text, just an image. It loads slowly. When it does, my stomach drops. It's a photograph of my apartment building, taken from across the street. Taken tonight. The timestamp reads 9:47 p.m. 10 minutes ago. Someone is at my home right now. I'm out the gallery door before Martinez can stop me. The valet stand is chaos. Everyone wants their car at once. I shove past a couple arguing with the attendant and break into a run. My apartment is 12 blocks away. I can't wait for an Uber. The Miami night wraps around me, humid, electric, smelling of jasmine and exhaust. Neon signs blur past. A homeless man yells something I don't catch. Bass from nightclub speakers vibrates through my chest. I run faster. My building comes into view, the Meridian. 12 stories of Art Deco revival, painted in peeling coral and turquoise. I scan the street for unfamiliar cars. Nothing obvious, but that means nothing. I take the stairs 2 at a time instead of the elevator. 3rd floor. My lungs burn. The hallway is empty. My door looks untouched. I unlock it with shaking hands, sweep inside, hit the lights. Everything is exactly as I left it this morning. Laptop closed on the coffee table. Yesterday's Herald spread across the kitchen counter. My father's old photographs still thumbtacked to the wall. Black and white images of Havana before the revolution. No one has been here. But they were outside, watching, photographing. I lock the deadbolt, chain, then check every window, all secure. My laptop boots up. While it loads, I pour myself 2 fingers of rum from the bottle on the counter. My mother's brand, Havana Club, illegal to buy in the US until a few years ago. I down it in 1 swallow. The Herald's internal database opens. I search. Pelican Group. 3 hits. All from the business section, vague mentions in financial filings, a shell company registered in Delaware with an address that traces back to a UPS store in Fort Lauderdale. Nothing concrete, nothing actionable. I search Pelican Group plus Miami Art. 0 results. But I remember Mariana's words, a pipeline. Pipelines move things, money, goods, people. I try a different approach. Search for recent art acquisitions from Cuba. Filter for the last 6 months. 17 entries. Most are paintings, a few sculptures, all handled by different dealers. But when I cross-reference the buyers, a pattern emerges. 4 of the 17 pieces were purchased by subsidiaries of the same parent company, a holding group called Cascada International. I dig deeper. Cascada's board of directors includes 2 names I recognize from Victor's guest list tonight, and 1 name that makes my blood run cold. Roberto Salazar. My father told me about Salazar once, years ago, before the old man's memory started failing. Salazar was a young officer in Cuban intelligence during the 1980s. My father worked as a translator at the U.S. interest section in Havana. He heard things, saw things. Salazar's specialty was smuggling, not drugs, not weapons, information, and the people who had it. When my parents fled Cuba in 1994, Salazar's name was on the list of people they'd testified against during their asylum hearings. Traidor. The word from the cassette tape echoes in my mind. My phone rings. Not a text this time, an actual call. Unknown number. The same one that sent the photo of my building. My thumb hovers over the answer button. Every instinct screams not to pick up. I answer anyway. Hello? Silence. Then breathing. The same ragged breathing from the gallery tape. Who is this? I demand. The breathing continues, irregular, panicked. Then a voice. Male, young, terrified. "They're going to kill me," he whispers in Spanish. "Just like they killed your father." The line goes dead. I stand frozen. The phone slips from my hand, bounces off the couch cushion. My father died 2 years ago. Heart attack. Natural causes. That's what the doctor said. That's what I believed. I pick up the phone with numb fingers. Redial. It goes straight to a dead tone. Number disconnected. My laptop pings. Email notification. Subject line: "You wanted to know about Pelican." No sender name. The email address is just random letters and numbers. Sent 3 minutes ago. I open it. No text. Just an attachment. A PDF labeled manifest_March_2025. I download it. My antivirus software scans it. Clean. The document opens. It's a shipping manifest. Port of Miami. Dated 3 days ago, just like Mariana said. The cargo is listed as art supplies and materials. The shipper, Pelican Trading Group. The receiver, Cascada International. But someone has annotated the PDF. Red digital ink marks up the margins. Next to art supplies, someone wrote, "Not art. Documents. Venezuelan banking records. Encrypted drives." Further down, payment, 2.3 million wire transfer. Account, Grand Cayman. And at the bottom, circled 3 times, pickup confirmation, Victor Morozov. A second attachment downloads automatically. I didn't click anything, it just appears. A video file, 22 seconds long. I click play. Grainy night vision footage, a dock, 2 men loading a large crate onto a truck. One of them is Victor. The other man's face is blurred, but his build matches the Russian I heard shouting at the gallery. The timestamp, 3 days ago, 2:37 a.m. The video cuts. New footage, same dock, different angle. A third man approaches. This one I recognize immediately. Roberto Salazar. Older now, gray hair, but the same sharp features from the photos in my father's old files. He opens the crate, pulls out something I can't quite see, examines it, nods. The video ends. My door buzzer rings. I don't move. It rings again, longer this time. The intercom crackles. "Ms. Vasquez? It's Officer Martinez. I need to speak with you, now." I look at my laptop screen, at the manifest, at Victor and Salazar on that dock. Martinez is here for a reason, and it's not to check on my well-being. The buzzer rings a third time, more insistent. "I know you're home," Martinez says. "Your car is in the garage. I can get a warrant, but I'd rather not make this difficult." I close the laptop, slip it into my bag. Through the peephole, I see Martinez in the hallway. He's not alone. 3 men in dark suits stand behind him. Not police. Too polished. Too alert. One of them looks directly at my door, straight at the peephole. He smiles. "Ms. Vasquez," Martinez calls out, "open the door. We need to discuss what you saw tonight and what you've been sent." I grab my laptop bag and move toward the bedroom window. Fire escape. "Ms. Vasquez." Martinez's voice takes on an edge. "Don't do something you'll regret." The window sticks. I yank harder. It gives with a shriek of old metal. Behind me, I hear the lock on my front door click. They have a key. I'm through the window as my apartment door swings open. Cold air hits my face. The fire escape rattles under my feet. "Stop!" One of the suits appears at the window, younger than the others, gun already drawn. I don't stop. Down 1 flight, 2. My bag slams against my hip with each step. Voices above me, footsteps on metal. I hit the 3rd floor landing and freeze. Another man waits below, same dark suit. He looks up at me with professional detachment. Trapped. The apartment window next to me is open, lights off inside. I don't think, just climb through. The apartment smells like cat litter and old coffee. In the dim light from the street, I make out a studio layout. Empty. No furniture except a futon and a TV. The front door is unlocked. Amateur move by whoever lives here. I slip into the hallway and run for the stairs. Not down toward the lobby, up. They expect me to run, to the street, to my car. I go up instead. The roof access is locked, but the mechanism is old. I learned how to pick these from a source 3 years ago, a reformed burglar turned community organizer. 30 seconds. The lock gives. Miami sprawls below me in a grid of light and shadow. Ocean black to the east, downtown skyline glowing to the west. I'm 5 stories up, not tall enough. But the building next door is under construction, same height. Metal scaffolding connects to my roof. I climb over the ledge onto the scaffolding. Don't look down. Focus on the next handhold. The construction site is dark. Tarps flap in the wind. I reach solid ground or solid concrete and duck behind a stack of drywall. My phone buzzes. Not a call this time. An email from the same randomized address. Subject: Your father knew. Read this. Another attachment. This one is a scanned document, typewritten, dated February 1994. It's a debriefing transcript. U.S. Immigration and Naturalization Service. My father's testimony during his asylum application. I've never seen this before. These records were supposed to be sealed. I scan the text fast. My father describing his work in Havana, the things he translated, the secrets he overheard. Then, near the end, a section that makes my stomach knot. Subject: reports knowledge of smuggling operation run by Officer Roberto Salazar. Operation involved transport of classified documents and financial records from Cuban government. Destination: Miami. Purpose: establish foreign asset protection network for high-ranking officials. Subject provided names of recipients in United States. A list of names follows. Victor Morozov is on it. So is Mariana Delgado. And at the bottom, marked with an asterisk, network code name, Operation Pelican. 30 years. This operation has been running for 30 years. My father didn't just testify against them. He exposed a pipeline that moved money and secrets from Havana to Miami for 3 decades. A pipeline that's still operating. And the sculpture wasn't just a decoy. It was a message. We know you're looking. We know who you are. My phone rings again. Same disconnected number from before. I answer without thinking. Who are you? My name is David. The voice is steadier now. Still scared, but controlled. I'm the one who sent you the files. I worked for Cascada, accounting. I found things I shouldn't have. Where are you? Somewhere safe, for now. He pauses. Your father tried to expose this 30 years ago. They couldn't touch him directly because of his asylum status. But they waited. They're patient. You said they killed him. 2 years ago, your father contacted an FBI agent, told her he had new evidence about Pelican, evidence he'd kept hidden, evidence that would name current operators in the U.S. government. My vision blurs. What evidence? Bank records, communications, proof that Pelican isn't just about money. It's about influence. Politicians, judges, police. Martinez, the way he showed up too fast, the way he didn't write down my answers. Where is the evidence now? I ask. That's why they stole the sculpture tonight. It wasn't about the art. It was about what was inside it. Your father hid his evidence in the sculpture 6 months ago. He commissioned it through a friend in Havana. Hollow core, sealed documents inside. The sculpture. $500,000. A custom piece, made to order, made to hide truth. But they got it, I say. They have the evidence. No. David's voice drops. They got a decoy. The real sculpture is still in Miami. I switched them at the port. The one at the gallery was a replica. Empty. Where's the real one? I can't tell you over the phone. Meet me tomorrow, noon, Bayfront Park, southeast corner by the water. Bring no one. Wait, the cassette tape at the gallery? That was me. I recorded it as insurance. If anything happens to me, people need to know. The breathing, the waves. I recorded it at Virginia Key. That's where they were going to kill me last week. I escaped. Who are they? Salazar runs the operation, but he answers to someone higher. Someone who's been using Pelican to move dirty money through Miami for 3 decades. Someone untouchable. Give me a name. Tomorrow. If I'm still alive. The line goes dead. I sit in the darkness of the construction site. My father's testimony in my hands. 30 years of secrets. 30 years of carefully built corruption. And I'm the one person they didn't count on. The daughter who wouldn't stop asking questions. My phone lights up one more time. A news alert from the Herald's breaking news feed. Miami Beach police seek person of interest in gallery theft. Reporter Brenda Vasquez wanted for questioning. Armed and dangerous. Armed and dangerous. They're not just trying to silence me. They're painting me as a threat. I look at the skyline. Somewhere in those lights, David is hiding. Somewhere, a sculpture full of evidence sits waiting. And somewhere, the people who killed my father are deciding what to do with me next. The scaffolding creaks behind me. I turn. A figure steps out from behind a concrete pillar, backlit by the city glow. I can't see a face. Brenda Vasquez. A woman's voice. Familiar. Mariana Delgado moves into the light. She's not wearing the expensive suit anymore. Dark clothes, practical shoes. A gun in her hand. I'm sorry, she says, but you've learned too much. And David should have never contacted you. She raises the weapon. Mariana, your father was a good man, but good men die in Miami. Her finger tightens on the trigger.
The gun gleams under the dim light of the construction site. My heart pounds against my rib cage. Mariana Delgado, the art dealer, the woman who seemed to hold the keys to a treasure trove of secrets, stands before me, her expression unreadable. Mariana, please, I stammer, hands raised as if surrendering, but my mind races. I need to buy time. You don't have to do this. Her lips press into a thin line. You don't understand the danger you're in, Brenda. You're not just a journalist anymore. You're a liability. I glance behind her, hoping for an escape route. The scaffolding looms, but I can't backtrack now. Liability? I'm just trying to uncover the truth, your truth. Truth, she scoffs. The truth is a luxury, and it comes with a price you're not prepared to pay. Your father learned that the hard way. The mention of my father sends a jolt through me. I want to scream, to demand answers, but I can't let emotion cloud my judgment. What did you do to him? My voice trembles, but I hold my ground. Mariana's eyes flicker. For a moment, I see a hint of regret, but it's gone in an instant. He was a threat, just like you are now. She steps closer, the gun steady in her grip. I can feel the weight of her decision hanging in the air. But you have a choice. Walk away now, and I'll let you live. Walk away, I scoff, anger rising. You think I'd let you get away with this, with what you've done? A moment's hesitation crosses her face, and I seize the opportunity. You know this whole operation is built on lies. The Pelican Group, the stolen art. It's all a cover for something much bigger. Her jaw clenches, but she doesn't answer. Your own people will turn on you, I press on. You're not safe either. They'll come for you when they realize you're compromised, just like they came for my father. Her expression falters, and I can see her weighing the risk. You're playing a dangerous game, Brenda. You have no idea who you're dealing with. Then let me help you, I blurt out, desperation spilling from my lips. We can expose them together. You know what they're capable of. You've seen it. Mariana glances towards the construction site entrance, her eyes narrowing. If I let you live, it won't be for your sake. It will be to use you as bait, to draw them out. I nod, willing to take that chance. I don't care. Just give me a chance to fight back. She hesitates for another heartbeat, and I can almost see the wheels turning in her mind. Then, as if the weight of the world has settled on her shoulders, she lowers the gun slightly. Fine, she says at last, but if you betray me, I will not hesitate to finish what I started. The air between us thickens with unspoken tension. What's the plan? We need to meet with David, she says. He's the key to everything. He knows where the real sculpture is hidden, and it might still contain evidence against Salazar and the Pelican Group. Tomorrow? I ask, heart racing. Tonight, she corrects me. We meet now. The longer we wait, the more chances we give them to find us. I swallow hard, adrenaline coursing through my veins. Where? Virginia Key, she replies, turning to leave. I have a boat. I follow her, cautious but resolute. My mind races with thoughts of my father, the secrets he carried, and the very real danger looming over me. The boat bobs gently against the dock as we approach. A small, inconspicuous vessel, just like Mariana herself. She climbs aboard and motions for me to follow. As I step onto the deck, I feel the weight of my choices pressing down on me. Let's get moving, she says, starting the engine. The hum of the boat fills the silence. We'll head to the cove. It's secluded. I glance back at the shore, the lights of Miami shimmering like a false promise. What if they're waiting for us? They won't be, she assures, though her eyes betray her own doubt. Nobody expects us to go back there. As the boat cuts through the water, the night air whips past us. My heart pounds in time with the engine. I can't shake the feeling that this might be our last chance to uncover the truth. We reach the cove, the moonlight illuminating the water like shards of glass. Mariana kills the engine, and we drift silently to shore. She leads me to a small hidden inlet, the sound of waves crashing against the rocks calming my racing mind. David should be waiting, she says, scanning the area. Stay alert. I nod, but my thoughts whirl. What if this is a trap? What if Mariana is leading me into a web of lies? I can't let fear dictate my actions. Suddenly, a figure emerges from the shadows. David. He looks disheveled, eyes wide with anxiety. "Brenda," he calls, rushing towards us. "You came." "Of course I did," I reply, trying to keep my voice steady. "You said you had information." David glances at Mariana, who stands a few paces back, arms crossed. "This isn't what I expected. I thought we were keeping it low profile." "Plans change," she snaps. "You know why we're here." He glances between us, confusion etched on his face. "Is she with you now?" "She's part of the equation," I say, stepping forward. "What do you have?" David takes a deep breath, glancing back at the water. "I found out where the real sculpture is. It's been moved to a secure location, but we need to act fast. Salazar is onto us." "Where?" Mariana presses. "We don't have time for games, David." He nods, urgency in his voice. "It's at the old warehouse by the docks, a place used for clandestine shipments. That's where they're keeping it, but we can't just walk in. It's heavily guarded." "Then we need a plan," I say, adrenaline surging. David looks at me, determination igniting in his eyes. "We need to create a distraction, something big enough to pull their attention away while we find the sculpture." "What kind of distraction?" I ask, already brainstorming. Mariana interjects, her voice sharp. "I have contacts, people who can cause chaos, but we need to act fast. If we're going to do this, we need to move now." I nod, adrenaline coursing through my veins. "Let's do it. We can't let them win." The plan is set. We split up to gather resources. Mariana and David will create the distraction while I infiltrate the warehouse. I can feel the weight of the world pressing down on my shoulders. This is it, the moment that could change everything. As the night deepens, I find myself outside the warehouse, heart pounding. The structure looms before me, dark and foreboding. I scan the perimeter, looking for any signs of movement. Suddenly, chaos erupts. A fire breaks out at the opposite end of the dock, flames licking the night sky. I seize the opportunity, slipping inside the warehouse unnoticed. The interior is dimly lit, shadows flickering against the walls. My heart races as I navigate the maze of crates and containers. I need to find the sculpture. After what feels like an eternity, I spot it, a massive crate in the corner, marked with the pelican insignia. I approach cautiously, adrenaline surging. My hands tremble as I pry open the crate. Inside, wrapped carefully in protective cloth, lies the sculpture. I can't believe it. This is it, the evidence my father risked everything to protect. But the moment of triumph is cut short by the sound of footsteps approaching. I freeze, heart racing. "Search the area," a voice commands. I have seconds to act. I quickly cover the sculpture back up, heart hammering in my chest. I need to hide. I duck behind a stack of crates just as two men enter the warehouse, flashlights sweeping the area. My breath catches in my throat. "Did you hear that?" one of them says, glancing towards the exit. "Yeah, sounds like it's coming from the docks. Let's check it out," the other replies. As they move towards the exit, I seize the chance. I slip back to the crate, determination flooding my veins. I can't let them take this from me, not now. With a surge of adrenaline, I lift the sculpture out of the crate, ready to make my escape. But just as I turn, I come face to face with Salazar himself. The same sharp features I remember from my father's files. He stands there, a smug smile on his face, gun drawn. "You really thought you could expose us?" he sneers. "You're just a naive little journalist." I grip the sculpture tighter, adrenaline coursing through my veins. "I'm not afraid of you." He chuckles darkly. "You should be." In that moment, the world narrows down to us. I can't back down now. The truth is within my grasp, and I refuse to let it slip away. With a swift motion, I swing the sculpture towards him, using its weight to my advantage. It connects with his arm, and he stumbles back, momentarily disoriented. I don't waste a second. I bolt for the exit, heart pounding, adrenaline surging. I burst outside, the chaos of the fire illuminating the night. I can hear shouts behind me, footsteps pounding against the ground. I sprint towards the docks, the weight of the sculpture in my hands. I can't look back, not now. As I reach the edge of the water, I spot Mariana and David rushing towards me. "Is that it?" David yells, eyes wide. "Yes," I shout back, breathless. Suddenly, gunshots ring out behind us. I turn to see Salazar and his men emerging from the warehouse, fury in their eyes. "Go!" Mariana shouts, pulling me away from the edge. We race towards the boat, urgency propelling us forward. I can't believe it's come to this. The engine roars to life as we jump aboard. Mariana yanks the throttle, and we speed away from the chaos, the flames lighting up the night behind us. As we put distance between ourselves and the warehouse, I can't shake the feeling that this is just the beginning. We're not safe yet, but we have the evidence. We have the truth, and with that, we have a chance to bring down the Pelican Group and uncover the secrets my father fought to protect. And I won't stop until justice is served.